I'm from Nekota and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Ken Godler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Rugby and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in National Light Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inai Ali and I'm from Ba and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from La Paz. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Tonight, Fiji Sugar Corporation Chief Executive Abdul Khan has resigned. USP revises deregistration of students. And police assure independent and thorough investigation of alleged brutality. Fiji Sugar Corporation Chief Executive Officer Abdul Khan has resigned effective immediately. Board Chair Vishnu Mohan confirms he has accepted Abdul Khan's resignation on the grounds of ill health. Mohan goes on to say that Khan had presided over the affairs of the FSC, first as Executive Chairman and then CEO, during a very challenging time for the industry, and has done so with dedication and in the interest of all stakeholders. The post of CEO will be advertised soon, with Mika Singh now in an acting position. The University of the South Pacific has revised its earlier decision to deregister all private students owing fees. Acting Vice-Chancellor Professor Richard Cole today said those who have paid their tuition in full but still owe other outstanding fees can sit for their exams and use all USP facilities. However, the Vice-Chancellor says those students will only get their grades after paying all outstanding fees. Anna Ravulo reports.
Some students who haven't fully paid their tuition now have 2 days to pay up so they can sit the exams, which starts on the 31st. Many students disagree with the deregistration policy.
My opinion on this is that USP should not implement this at all, because how does USP expect all of the students to pay by this certain date? Because we must understand that there are students who will not be able to pay at this particular time. They might have hardships or anything at all. So I don't think that they should continue with it.
They could, whilst enrolling the private students, they could sort of get them to get sureties who would agree to pay the tuition fees in case these students defect.
What they don't think of is like the struggle we come through. Like most of us in a university student, like a background.
However, Professor Cole says that they have always had this policy regarding unpaid tuition.
The university regulation has always stated this, but the university in the past has been rather reluctant to enforce this. But the situation has got to the point, it's not that we're in financial trouble, it's just that if we don't control the debt, we're in a position where the debt will just continue to accumulate.
Those who still owe tuition fees at the end of this week will remain deregistered. They can't sit their exams or use any USP resources. Meanwhile, a few are still scrambling to find the needed funds before Friday's deadline. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sithiven Ngilio says the Internal Affairs Department will conduct thorough and independent investigations into the latest incident of alleged brutality. This follows calls for action by the Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission. Ali Kimbia has more.
Wake up. This video has caused a stir among critics, but Commissioner of Police Brigadier General Sithiven Ngilio stresses no one interferes with internal affairs investigations.
And you are well aware that there's a court case currently in progress in Lautoka that was investigated by the Police Internal Affairs Department. So if you're talking about independence, that is an independent body within the police or section within the police that deals with that.
Ngilio has described the 4 victims from the incident as hardened criminals who were wanted by police for some time. He's also had discussions with his senior officers after the video emerged.
I've gone to visit those involved in the alleged brutality. We are in the initial stages of the investigations.
Director Human Rights Commission Ashwin Raj earlier advised the matter should be handled transparently and swiftly.
Investigation should not take such a long time. It really begins to sort of kind of consolidate in people's minds that, maybe the police force is hiding something or they're trying to, cover up for their own.
Brigadier General Ngilio has confirmed while investigations are ongoing, he has demanded answers as soon as possible. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
More witnesses took the stand in sexual assault and rape of deceased Vilikesa Soko. The 9 police officers on trial are Manasa Talala, Seruvi Dhangusau, Kelevi Sewatu, Penayan Rauna, Felice Verre, Viliame Verevalu, Jonah Ndavonu, Pita Matai Ravula, and Senitiki Natakasavu. Ellen Stalls has more.
This is Detective Sergeant Esirambari, who gave evidence that he was present on the day that officers arrested robbery suspects Vilikesa Soko and Sinjani Boila in August 2014 near Tangange village. Mbari gave evidence that following the capture of the 2 suspects, he had instructed the arresting officers Apakuki Tuitavua, Maviu Temo and Semi Rarawasa to take them to the Singatoka police station. However, the officer in charge at the Singatoka police station, Awan Samisoni Rangiva, gave him specific instructions to stop the vehicle and take the suspects to another location. Bari says he followed his superior officer's instructions and drove to the location near Malevu called Yalovo. There, his boss told him to hand over the 2 suspects, Soko and Boila, and the money that they had recovered. The detective sergeant also told the court that when he arrived at the location, he also saw Superintendent of Police in the Western Division, Manasa Talala, present. He adds that the money that was recovered from the 2 suspects was then handed over to Talala. Bari was then told to leave the location and told the court that that was the last time he saw Soko and Boila. As the trial continues tomorrow, the state prosecutor mentioned in court that another 8 witnesses are expected to be called. Ellen Stalls, FBC News.
Any person arrested by the police will now have a video-recorded interview within the first hour of their detainment. The video recording will later be available if requested by the court. Chief Justice Anthony Gates says video recordings will save time during court proceedings because the defence can apply to use the video and transcripts in their case. Kelly Vadala reports.
In ensuring accountable investigations and a competent system of justice, the new video initiative will assist the Fiji police force and the courts in delivering justice.
We want the right person in court on admissible, fair evidence, which touches upon all of the elements of the offence and is extremely helpful to the prosecution. This will be a much more professional process. We hope less reliance on confessions, and certainly less reliance on confessions which are never checked.
Commissioner of Police Brigadier General Sitiveni Gilio says they've received a lot of backlash in regard to the way they conduct their work. He hopes this will eliminate the significant number of police investigations in which suspects have accused officers of unethical or unprofessional behavior.
We will ensure greater transparency in the arrest of suspects and their subsequent video interviewing, and there will be fewer trials within trials. While it will also reduce risks of complaints against police, I believe we would assist government comply with domestic and international obligations.
Gilio says video recording machines are being utilized at the CID headquarters and were recently introduced at the Totonga police station and will gradually be implemented in all police stations. The new initiative has also been welcomed by Director Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Ashwin Raj. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Coming up on FBC News, Fiji Muslim League celebrates 90th anniversary. And Mika Singh's Suva show last night was a hit. Stay with us.
Daw binakabiyaw na ba ang mga Bula FM. Niron daw bingkarabyo, ben hilo po, viroro ozo. Na Bula FM naman doon na siya.
Iyo ang Bula bina, ang mga peli, untuk talitin na parang Bula FM na po. number 20 na nga ng Bula FM en usur. Bula FM number 2 en ser.
Bula sia kuni ba lambasa na ko bila merikibi Bula FM number 2 en ser talita itu ngai lambas.
Bula FM number 2 en ser.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. A government decision to limit the use of fireworks to Diwali Day on October 30th has been reversed. Firecrackers can now be used between 5 p.m. and midnight on Diwali Day and on the public holiday a day later. On any other days in the lead up to Diwali and beyond, fireworks may only be used between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Attorney General and Acting Minister for Land and Mineral Resources Ayaz Said Qayyum says the original decision was unnecessarily restrictive and against the spirit of the law. The Fiji Muslim League tonight marks 90 years of its existence. The organisation now has 17 primary and 5 secondary schools under its administration. Pranita Prakash reports.
The Fiji Muslim League, since its inception, has opened 22 schools, a youth organisation, a women's league and many other subsidiaries. League president says their forefathers dreamt of having an educated community.
There were labourers, there were farm workers, there were unskilled workers, and they had a vision that their community in the country of their adoption would only prosper and do well if there was education. And Alhamdulillah, Fiji Muslim League since then has embarked on putting education facilities together.
Chief guest at today's celebration, the Education Minister, Dr. Mahendra Reddy, acknowledged the contribution made by the organisation.
The Fiji Muslim League, like numerous other religious bodies, is acknowledged for providing the foundation for religious and cultural knowledge conveyed from generation to generation.
We have plans for the next 10 years that as we hit the 100th mark, 100 years of existence, there's a lot on our plate to achieve. We need to also look at how do we cater for the older elders of our society who doesn't have any place, and we have earmarked Makoi to develop a place that where our old people can retire peacefully.
A number of activities have also been organised to mark the 90th anniversary celebration. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Disaster management experts and humanitarian response partners from around the region have converged in Suva for a week-long meeting on disaster risk management in the Pacific. They aim to strengthen national and regional collaboration on disaster mitigation, preparedness, response and recovery from disaster. Roland Koroy reports.
The meeting at the Holiday Inn in Suva will focus on lessons from past experiences. Head of the European Union delegation for the Pacific, Andrew Jacobs, highlighted his experiences in Fiji directly after TC Winston.
They also bring home the resilience of the Pacific people, and I think our task is really to build up this resilience to help make the people of the Pacific even more resilient to the natural disasters which frankly are going to continue to happen.
With a room full of experts from over 15 different countries, a fruitful week is expected.
I'm very optimistic that both regional and international partners will continue to promote and support regional policies and cooperations on disaster risk management, building resilience in our communities.
Participants are also eager to take home as much as they can.
We had recent disaster event here in Fiji and elsewhere. If there are lessons learned, that's good assist for now. We'll be happy to take that back and see how we could use that in country.
For Samoa, I'm looking forward to fostering existing partnerships or networks or establishing new ones.
Well, it'd be good to have a good understanding how the system works. In that way, we can align our system with what's happening internationally, and also they can also align their system with our system back home.
Organized by the SPC, the meeting ends next Thursday. Roland Koroy, FBC News.
Bollywood hits captured the hearts of Fijians at the Mika Singh live show in Suva last night. The concert at the Vodafone Arena was a hit, with fans treated to some of the best entertainment India has to offer. Shireen Shivan reports.
A huge number of fans grooved, sang with and cheered for superstar Mika Singh.
I really had an awesome time and had an awesome time, and thank you Fiji for making me feel so special. And though it was Tuesday, but it seems like we are performing on Saturday, so it was fantastic show and great show.
Singh also sang numbers from Punjabi artist Daler Mehendi, his elder brother. Music fanatics also heard sounds from the evergreen Kishore Kumar. Acting Prime Minister Ayasa Yatkayum was called onto the stage and on behalf of the many Fijians thanked Singh for putting Fiji on his tour list.
For you to come to a small country like Fiji, we're very, very grateful for that. And of course it's our pleasure, as you can see from the audience here, both young and old, they love you for being here.
The Western Division will get to enjoy Mika Singh's performance with his second show at Prince Charles Park in Nandi tonight. Sharin Shivan, FBC News.
The South Pacific will be promoted in global tourism markets through a new logo and slogan. South Pacific Tourism Organization Chief Executive Christopher Cocker says the strategy leans heavily on Pacific Island culture. Savara Tambua has more.
Individual letters in South Pacific Islands and SPTO have been taken apart, then woven back together like strands in a mat to create the new logo. The logo will be available for use by any South Pacific resort and associated tourism.
For someone that needs more strength to their current logo, this is when it's going to add value. With a small property, probably located in somewhere like Levuka, when it goes out to promote itself in America or in the United Kingdom or Eastern Europe or Asia or even emerging markets such as South America, having something with South Pacific on it will add value and strength to its location.
Marketing manager Lisi Lutu says with the new slogan, "Ours is Yours," that accompanies the new brand, evokes the unique cultures and environment that our countries share with visitors from around the world.
But in terms of the tagline, "Ours is Yours," I think it resonates a lot with what our Pacific Island members wanted, but also resonates with the Pacific way.
Concept incorporated in the logo promotes South Pacific tourism, cultures and the environment. Savera Tambua, FBC News.
Now with sports, here's Jamie with all the very latest.
Thank you, Jackie, and good evening. Coming up, Prime Minister updated on New South Wales Cup bid, and primary schools IDC kicks off tomorrow. This and more after the break.
मैं जुगेन नबीलो तालिब से रेडियो फिजी 2 24 घंटे मेरे साथ साथ रहता है।
हम मंगेरी ताउका के ललित से हमारे दिल में और दिमाग में खाली रेडियो फिजी 2 है और सभी भाइयों से आग्रह करते हैं कि रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनना चाहिए।
मेरा नाम अविनेश है, मैं निंदी का रहने वाला हूँ। मैं सभी समय रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता हूँ क्योंकि उसमें आईना प्रोग्राम रहता है।
हाय, मैं उमेश नसासा नाबुआ से। मैं जब
A decision on Fiji's bid for a rugby league team in the New South Wales Cup is just weeks away. This was confirmed by former Fiji Mbati and Australian Kangaroos rep Petero Divinideva during a meeting with Prime Minister Warenge Bainimarama in Sydney. Ali Kimbia has more.
A chance for these local players to showcase their talents in the land down under is getting closer.
We're very close. We're only a matter of a few weeks now of being able to cement ourselves into the New South Wales Cup competition.
The bid is spearheaded by Petero Divinideva, who is also an ambassador for the National Rugby League. Divinideva says a sport in the New South Wales Cup will have a positive effect on players based in Fiji.
I think for Fiji sports fans back home, they're going to be excited to see so much wonderful football being played there in both codes, here and in Fiji. So very exciting.
The New South Wales Cup is the second tier competition to the National Rugby League in Australia. Ali Kimbia, FBC Sports.
The Telecom Fiji Warriors returned from Uruguay today after participating in the America's Pacific Challenge Rugby Tournament. Even though the team lost to Argentina 27-26 in the final, there were a lot of positives to take from the tournament. The players will now look to impress selectors to make the Warriors team that will compete in the National Rugby Championships in Australia next year. The Ndaveta Sevens side has suffered a major setback ahead of the Central Coast International Sevens this weekend. This comes after Fiji Sevens skipper Osea Kolinisau withdrew from the team due to other commitments. Kolinisau will be replaced by Sevens legend Ben Gollings. The Central Coast International Sevens kicks off this Saturday with Ndaveta taking on Tambandamu in their first pool match. The 41st Fiji Primary Schools Vodafone Football Inter-District Championship starts in Nausori tomorrow. 20 teams from Viti Levu, Vanua Levu and Ovalau will be participating in the three-day tournament. Rohit Deo with the details.
Grassroots development is important in any sport and football is no different. The primary IDC this year has pulled in a good number of teams.
We have got 20 districts participating in the under-14 tournament and 8 participating in the under-12 grade.
For the first time in the event's history of more than 4 decades, girls soccer will be part of the tournament.
For the first time, girls soccer. We are going to introduce girls soccer, and this year we have got Reva and Suba who will be participating in the girls game. They will be playing on Friday.
The three-day competition begins tomorrow at Nausori's Ratu Akambau Park. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, in the Vodafone Premier League match played yesterday, Ba beat Nandrunga 6-0. The annual Mana Island Open water swimming competition begins tomorrow with both local and overseas competitors to take part. Vasnil Prasad, who is on Mana Island for the competition, joins us live now. Vasnil, how's things shaping up?
Yes, Jamie, with all the formal logistics and registrations finishing this evening, we're expecting a thrilling day tomorrow with the opening of the Mana Island Ocean Swim here at the Mana Island. And to explain more, I got the General Manager here, Mr. Patrick Wong. Mr. Patrick, the registration just finished a while ago, and I saw you people briefing the swimmers. What all did you brief them?
Yeah, the registration went very well today. In fact, there's more than 50 swimmers. Very encouraged actually. And after the registration, we had a brief on the swimmers, basically briefing the swimmers on the events with the Mana swim for the next 3 days, and basically the rules and the kids, which we have supplied them to as well. But we hope that the events, start very early in the morning tomorrow, about 6:30. We're all excited about it, and certainly, like I said, there's about 50 foreign swimmers, and then the local swimmers will be coming in tomorrow as well to participate. And hopefully, there'll be about 30 local swimmers, and making the numbers up to about 100.
This has been a yearly competition for the Mana Island Resort. This year, what's special?
Well, this year actually we have participants actually from the Palm Beach Ocean Swim, actually out of Australia, and they support us every year. And certainly there's swimmers out of there who actually won the event, have come out here and actually participate in this swim. And I've been told that there's a couple of very young swimmers, and then the talk is on them at the moment to win the swims.
What about the local swimmers who will be coming part? Are they only coming to take part on the final day?
Well, local swimmers actually coming. We had a bit of a hitch up with local swimmers. Unfortunately, the numbers should be a lot more bigger, but certainly not as big as we wanted, because it actually coincides with the National Swimming Carnival, the Nationals in Suva, I understand. But certainly we probably get about 30 odd. And they'll be participating. And one of these the Mana swim has been supporting is because of trying to push the local swimmers in Fiji and trying to encourage them to swim. And not only that, trying to get some swimmers, local swimmers, making the mark international level.
So, Jamie, 53 swimmers have registered. Out of that, 20 are the locals. And as the excitement builds up, we also wait for the first day to get in action. Jamie.
Thank you, Vasnil. The 2016 National Games for Special and Unified Athletes will begin in Suva tomorrow. Athletics, swimming, football and unified cricket competitions will feature during the Games. Digicel today, through its support behind the competition, handing over $10,000 to the organizers.
What Special Olympic Fiji is trying to do is to get and reach as many athletes with disabilities, without disabilities, coming together and play. And the main concept behind Special Olympic program is that unified program, inclusivity.
Organizers will identify athletes and name a squad to prepare for the 2017 Pacific Special Games, which will be hosted by Fiji, the 2018 Asia Pacific Games and 2019 World Games. The 2016 Divisional Chow Games received a major boost today after FMF Foods Limited handed over a check of $80,000. Fiji Primary School Athletics Association Secretary Patrick Bauer says the money will cater for all the logistics before and during the Chow Games. Bauer says one of the improvements they are looking at is lifting the organizational standards to meet the expectations of athletes.
We're still having difficulty with some of the districts hosting their games, and their officials are not up to scratch.
The Divisional Chow Games in the West, North and Central Divisions will be held next month. That's it from sports this evening. Business is up next with Jackie.
There will be new jobs created when Please Beverages and Packaging opens a new factory in Namosi. This has been confirmed by the Managing Director, Warwick Please, who says that they are looking at employing 50 staff. Please says they will give first preferences to some areas that are close by the new factory.
We give first preference to the people in the sort of Diumba, Pacific Harbour, Navua, Wanandoi area because they're closer. So we're looking forward to moving from Wailu Bay and out to where the water comes from in Namosi.
The new factory in Namosi is expected to open next year. Conditions started off with sunny skies in the southern and eastern parts of the country, accompanied by afternoon showers. Looking at the temperatures, Lambasa was the warmest centre at 32 degrees, while the rest were comfortable at 30, leaving Savu the coolest at 29. For tomorrow, a few showers are expected in the eastern areas of Fiji. The rest of the centres are forecast to be dry. And our further outlook, we're looking ahead to Friday. The east can expect brief showers at sea, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. And recapping the main stories for tonight, Fiji Sugar Corporation Chief Executive Abdul Khan has resigned on medical grounds. University of the South Pacific has revised its decision to deregister students with outstanding fees, and police assure independent and thorough investigation of alleged assault brutality. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. This week's poll question, we are asking: should the ban on fireworks be eased this year? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. Good night.
Yandra! I love listening to Gold FM at Golden Point Resort. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is General from Recreative Village. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic.
I'm Moses from Valeu. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Marida Manako. I'm from Kandavu. I like listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Tilipa from Tavua Town. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.